Welcome to your magic moon message, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Peace Dealer. The moon is in Libra, the sun is in Pisces, and we are King Kunxing. I'm not gonna say stepping into. We are harvesting. There we go. We are harvesting this full moon. We're harvesting this perspective. We are harvesting the dream. The moon in Virgo gave us analytical, detailed understanding of how we are harvesting this dream, namely how our perspective is shifting in order to take elements of our beliefs and this dream and to now understand how there is a real basis to it, understand how your habits and behavior are aligning with these beliefs so that they can be real, how your behavior is being changed by these beliefs basically. And now that the moon is in Libra, you're understanding how to apply this change of behavior relative to social environments, social constructs, social contexts, and how you feel really taking action socially. This is opposite the moon in Aries, which is going to be you understanding individual actions. And I think that's where the influence of Lilith in Libra or Lilith in any of these areas could really expose to you what is fear, what is maybe you talking negative towards yourself, and what is actually just the frequency of social expectation. What is it that you're picking up that's not really your feelings, but the general consensus around what's socially acceptable, and how that will clash with beliefs you have or maintain beliefs you have. And that's where, especially with Uranus and Taurus, there's all sorts of things you were taught growing up that are right to do. They're all things that there are a lot of widely agreed upon principles that you do not question, and you just assume, oh, this is how I grew up. Oh, this is how in my society we're used to doing things. And a really great breakthrough around this, I'm not saying that you have to become some pervert that just breaks all of society's rules, but I'm saying there are definitely expressions of your own sexuality. There are expressions of your own being and self that may completely break away, that may betray, that may not necessarily agree with widely agreed upon principles. And you will be breaking through into the wisdom of understanding the difference between what is a widely agreed upon principle versus what is the truth, especially in maintaining the authenticity of certain beliefs that, connect with you and how you are making them work. This could have you feel into social rejection. It could almost feel like you're committing social suicide in order to stick with beliefs that maybe a larger part of society may be disgusted by, may look down on, it may not be cool with them, it may not necessarily relate with them. And this is where some people are socials. You have some Leos, Virgos, Libras, Scorpios. You have people who have dominant energies here, who their identity, their makeup, the core of who they are is shaped by societal expectation. It's shaped by what other people think. And most of these people will tell you they don't care what other people think. It's a lie. Then you have people who are individuals. You have the Aries, the Tauruses, the Pisces, the anti-socials. Like, they could give a fuck less about what other people think. And that could be a problem because they're not necessarily, sometimes they try and stick out too much to where they're so different, they don't learn Libra's lesson of balance. if anything. So it's very important to understand what it is you are compromising with in order to integrate what's authentic about you, and what it is you may be taking part of because that's just what's expected of you and it's not really aligned with who you are. The moon in Libra is going to help you understand through this social context how your beliefs are actively transforming and how much you are letting opinions from other people influence these beliefs and influence these decisions. And that's where, going through the South Node in Virgo, we want the analysis to support the beliefs, but we don't want the analysis of what we perceive as real to overcome these beliefs, to take the front seat, because then the North Node will be in Virgo, and to the extent you're not looking for confirmation bias, but to the extent that the details support your dreams, you want to push forward your dreams, but not to the level where you don't regard the facts anymore, but you don't let the facts like take center stage. And I know for a lot of you that's crazy. Like, you can't imagine where, oh wow, like this is just what we do in society, this is what's real. And it may be hard for you to really accept that most of what's real to you is fugazi. It might be based on solid tradition and what has worked, but the only thing constant in life is change. So it's these transition periods where you see people who are just romanticizing the past, romanticizing past traditions that are not eternal. So anything that isn't eternal is not real. Anything that's not invisible or eternal, it's not really real. And a lot of stuff that you see around you is not real. It doesn't last forever. It's visible. You can see it. And so, this is where you see people attach their entire being and identity and character to these things because that's what they think makes them. And I'm not here to tell people who they should be and are, but you don't want to let that affect you, who understands that you're not from here, you're not of here. And that could be framed as you just feeling, oh, you feel like you could do anything you want because you're not from here, when really you're not going to let extraneous authority tell you who you should be and influence you who you should be because it makes them feel uncomfortable. At the same token, you should be prepared to accept the consequences of that. I know for me, there's certain things that I may feel are cool to do, and that might turn off a lot of people. So you don't see me complaining like, oh, these people don't like me. No, I'm well aware that what I do may turn them off, and fuck them. I really could care less. That way I'm not really complaining and playing victim, but I'm standing for what it is that I think I don't mind doing. And that's even if everyone else thinks it's lame. I'm not going to play victim if people are like, oh, they're making fun of me. That's what I chose. But, I've never really suffered the opinion of sheep, so it really is what it is, And that's the integrity of Saturn and Pisces. That's going to piss a lot of people off because ultimately people want to just mold you. People are only liking of you as much as they can fit and mold you into their societal expectations, into their mindset and idea of who they think you are and should be. And a lot of people who you think like you really only like you as an extension of how you fit into their belief systems. The moment you start to really be yourself and get out of that, they're going to think something's wrong with you because that person never knew you. They just knew an idea of you they created in their head. Okay, like I'll be married to somebody in my head. I'll idealize a version of a certain woman in my head. But when I deal with that woman in real life, I'm holding space with her for her to show me who she is. I'm not interlapping what I fantasize or believe for the real person, which is crazy because people who don't do that delusional stuff will still take an idea of you in their head and act like they're the realer ones when, they can't really accept a day of the real you. So, it's going to expose a lot of falsity and fakeness. And the moon in Libra imbalancing this social contextual understanding is going to be the objectivity in order for you to transform the subjectivity of your dreams and, of course, of your beliefs. Virgo and Libra provide a more analytical and applicable objectivity based on dealing with real people. And, for the purposes of this example, I know I'm sexy. Okay. I know I could wubba wubba. I could use my sexy voice and just turn you on right now. But now that I've come into more detailed understanding of how my behavior must change and reflect my understanding of sexiness, now applying this socially and dealing with other people with these real interactions will transform. I believe I'm sexy. And then I go out to Albertsons and someone walks up to me like, wow, you're in an interesting way sexy. Boom, it's reinforced these beliefs. Now it's transformed how much more powerfully I step into these beliefs. Or I could be challenged with that, right? And relative to these adjustments, I'm going to be now, in applying them, transforming my social dynamics with other people. The trine to Jupiter is expanding a whole lot of your communication, all right, and how much more vocab you could wrap around what it is you express. And the trine to Pluto and Aquarius is going to tie that into how society in itself is awakening, changing. And awakening doesn't even mean a good thing. It's going to awaken more corruption in humanity. This unhingedness you see with people is only still just the beginning, okay? But, not everyone is a worthless waste of space. I know you're not supposed to look at me. I know we're all like worthy of love. Some of these motherfuckers are useless. They should not be on this planet. And, I'll play my hand in making sure they die. I don't give a fuck. But that being said, you know what I'm saying? You, in tapping into this grand air trine, are beginning to see how what you used to talk about back in the day isn't what you're talking about today. That's Pluto and Aquarius. That's changing the landmark of sociology. And the most important lesson I can tell you is be okay with pissing people the fuck off. Be okay and comfortable with rubbing people off the wrong way with your beliefs. I don't care if they're the most racist, sexist beliefs, right? Because you have to stay in integrity. So if you have racist beliefs and those racist beliefs end in you getting your ass whooped, that's your karma. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have integrity in it. But, the beliefs you have integrity in, be very comfortable making other people uncomfortable. Be very comfortable pissing people off who see you take authentic action based on that, and it threatens them because it threatens what they believe, right? Not that you're threatening them, but they identify with their beliefs, so they feel threatened. They feel like they're being attacked. Be very comfortable with that. Don't let people peer pressure you. You're going to realize that most people do not base these things on reality. They base these things on their feelings. So there's no really objective basis with which they can really justify their judgments of you, their dislike of you. They just don't like that you've exposed that what they believe isn't really real. It's just what they feel really extremely about. And, such uncomfort is going to really strengthen more how much conviction and faith you walk your own beliefs. Allow people to hurl names at you. You're going to find that they say everything but the truth. You're going to find that they're able to express how they feel, but they're not going to be able to demonstrate how their beliefs are real because they're stupid. Anyway, other than that, you stay blessed as always. This is going to really transform a lot of this Final Fantasy as we come into this end phase of the end game, baby. The moon's going to be in Scorpio. And then we'll get ready to step into Aries season where we will ride at dawn and we will be throwing hands because these hands are rated E for everyone. You guys stay blessed as always. Comment down below. What about your beliefs you're excited to see transform, what you're currently transforming, and how, people could feel how they feel, but if they refuse to respect, you, which they don't owe you respect, but if they refuse to respect, you can always smack them in the face with your dick, energetic or real. You stay blessed as always. Peace. Yeah, we doing that. Yeah, we really doing that. We smacking people in the face with our energetic dicks. Okay, peace.